afternoon and welcome to the Page Employment Seaboard Security Game of the Week. Normally you'd be seeing us on a high school field, but not today. It's college football as the Husson College Eagles and the Becker College Hawks come to play. Tim, the Hawks last week played the Eagles. They fell to the Eagles 43-17. It's going to be a different atmosphere here today.
A different atmosphere is right. Coach Price, in talking to him early before the game, Adam, said, listen, it's the same. Even though we played them last week, we still broke the game film down just as if it was a different opponent this week. They're fired up and excited. This is their last regular season home game, and they're looking to end this, of course, on a very positive note. 115 kids in the program. They're just excited to play here today.
Earlier today, I had a chance to talk to the Becker College head coach, Dave Dunn. We talked about his great resume he has, about the teams he used to coach for, and about how this team is young and they're looking to improve in their first year of football. We're now on the field with the head coach of the Becker Hawks, Dave Dunn. And, Coach, this is the first year of the program's existence. What do you think of the progress your team's made so far?
We've definitely got better every week. It might not always show on the scoreboard, but if you look at us on film from the first game to coming into this game, we've made a lot of improvements. We understand our schemes a lot better. I think our kids learned at the speed they need to play at, and we've just improved our overall level of play from day one.
Now, you've done what a lot of first-year teams do. You look at the local level. You get a lot of the local kids to come in. Is there any look in the future of maybe going to get some kids maybe from California? Now, I understand you were a graduate of the University of San Diego. Looking at maybe getting some San Diego kids, bring some of the hometown flavor for yourself back to Becker.
We would love to. We'll search far and wide to find the best players that fit into our program and fit into our college. And the one thing that they would have was an opportunity to play right away. Just even though we have returned a lot of starters, I still think that, with the youthfulness of our team, the young players would come in as freshmen and still have a great opportunity to play next year.
Well, your team does feature a lot of freshmen, and that's something you can build as a foundation 4 years down the road when they're seniors. What is that going to mean for your team as you look ahead in the future for Becker?
I think if we can keep this nucleus of kids together, I think the future is very bright for us. Because they're going to make strides in the weight room, and that's the biggest thing that seems that we lack right now is the size and strength up front in both lines, and we'll be able to work on that in the off season. And the biggest thing is keeping our guys together for 4 years. When we were down at FAU, we did the same thing, and we really struggled our first 2 years, and then our third year as 1AA, we ended up ranked third or fourth in the country and won 11 ball games. And then in our fourth year, which is our first year as a Division I program, we beat 2 bowl teams. And the key to that was keeping the same kids together for 4 years.
And it's funny you bring up FAU. You have quite the extensive resume. You've been at Harvard. You've been at Indiana State. You've been at FAU. What's the difference, like transitioning from one of those teams now to the head coach of a first-year team?
I think the biggest difference between a head coach and being a coach at an assistant coach at a bigger level is probably the administrative stuff. The stuff off the field has probably been the most difficult thing to manage for me. My time is spread a little bit thinner than it was when I was just an assistant coach. When I was down at FAU, I could really just concentrate on the running backs and the special teams, and now I have to concentrate on the whole program. And managing my time with that has probably been the biggest adjustment I've had to make.
And what type of style are we going to see out here today for Becker College? Is something we're going to see the team do for the next 4 years, or is this going to be something you may change next year?
We'll pretty much stay with the same schemes. I mean, you got to coach what you know, and the offense and defense we have in is what I know. And I'm not a genius, but you got to coach what you know, and I don't worry about things I don't know right now. And we'll pretty much stay with the same philosophy on both sides of the ball. On offense, we want to be balanced. It's the offense I learned from Coach Snellenberger, and he learned it from Paul Brown, who's one of the great all-time coaches. And we're just gonna work on that in the offseason in terms of our guys getting the reads down in the pass game and being more physical up front in the run game. And we're a 4-3 team on defense, and we'll stay with that. And our kids are getting better at the schemes and better at understanding them. We just gotta get bigger and stronger.
Now, last week you played Husson and you lost 43-7. What did you take from that game, and what changes have you made to come into this game to try to knock off the Eagles today?
Well, it's a unique experience. I've never actually played a team back-to-back before like this, and I think it's obviously it helps because you have firsthand familiarity with your opponent, which is very rare. We just try to take the positive things out of what we did last week and build on those. And there's times we moved the ball well, and there's times when we did a good job of stopping the run against Husson, but those were far and few in between. The biggest thing we have to look for is consistency in our execution on both sides of the ball.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck today.
Thank you. Thanks.
That was Becker College head coach Dave Dunn. And like you said earlier, Timmy, you had a chance to talk to Gabby Price. What did Coach Price have to say?
Very enthusiastic about his team. He's very proud of his coaching staff. He took the film and broke it down like you would any other week, even though they had a 43-7 convincing win. As we've talked about also, you're going to see 16 out of 22 starters right here from the great state of Maine playing for Husson College, and he is just so fired up about playing here at home today and taking this season and ending it on a good note with a win. We're here with Coach Gabby Price of the Husson College Eagles. And, Coach, first of all, congratulations on a very successful season. Why don't you talk a little bit about the season this year for us, if you would?
Thank you very much. Our young players have just done a phenomenal job. We started on the road up in Utica, then Hartwick. We had a bye. Played well, just not well enough to win, and we come back home. And I think we've won 4 of the last 5 at home, including the last 2 years. Our defense has really improved with some outstanding performances from the front line, the secondary, and the backers. And our offensive line has just been phenomenal all year. They're very good football players. And our quarterbacks played outstanding.
Looking at your roster, most of it, I guess, would say we have a Maine flavor, and it's going to be pretty exciting for you when 115 kids show up for training camp this year.
Well, we're certainly excited about the turnout and the effort. Football's a tough sport, as you guys know. Preseason and football's in college is a little bit more competitive just because we meet more and practice a little bit more and have more days, but our guys have done a great job. I think we started 16 out of 22 from Maine, and the people from out of Maine, our young players, have just done a terrific job.
Talk a little bit about, you went down to Becker College and had a successful 43-7 win. Kind of a unique situation where you're playing them again this weekend. What do you tell the kids to prepare them, to keep them motivated of a back-to-back situation?
Well, hopefully we told them the right things. We'll know in a few hours here. We broke down the game just like the opponent was somebody else. Our coaches, Coach Nelson and Kevin McCork, have done a terrific job, and all our coaches have done a great job in that respect. So we broke down the film thinking that it was something, not thinking, playing like it was someone else. Then gave them a scouting report from what we saw, what they did to us, both offensively and defensively in kick game.
One last thing I'd like to talk about. Tell us about the philosophy in today's game plan, what we're going to see from the Husson College on offense and defense.
I'd say defensively you'll see some attacking. We're stunting a little bit more than we had, so you'll see some attacking there. And offensively, really a little bit of everything, run, pass, some reverses. Really, it's our players have done a great job buying in, so most would say, I did neglect to say the receivers, but really the receivers are the most improved group in this team. So we'll see a little bit of everything.
And finally, you mentioned a little bit about your coaching staff. You know these guys pretty well over the years, and you're fortunate enough to work with them, and you've got an excellent coaching staff. You want to just touch on that a little bit for us?
They've done a great job. Coach Whitney, the defensive back coach, has been here right from the onset. Niles Nelson, the defensive coordinator, has brought some great knowledge and commitment. Greg Mahaney's been new to us last year. Ken Nelson's been a great addition from Michigan, played Division III out there. He's done a great job. The defensive line's very good. On offense, Kevin's done a great job. Came from Lehigh's offensive coordinator. And Nat Clark's just been outstanding. Dennis Whitney's a new coach to us, has done a nice job too. So all of them have really done an outstanding job.
Well, Coach, you've heard that's from Husson College's Gabby Price, and we'll return with the opening kickoff right after this. Once again, Coach,
thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.